Well, we've certainly had a busy afternoon, and I have now with me Brian Williams, and this is something I haven't had on the show before, but it's all connected to martial arts. I've never had anybody involved in martial arts on my show, and yet I understand martial arts in actually Vegas is very, very big.
Yes, well, Vegas is actually the fight capital of the world, so
yes,
there's always an event or a show going on where guys are constantly competing. So it's like if you're a fighter, this is the place you want to be.
Yeah, because isn't that at the most of it's at the MGM, isn't it?
Yeah, like
yes.
Like a lot of promotions they'll have an MGA, but like MGM, some of the small promotions they'll take local things. Like I have an up and coming fight Saturday. And,
are you actually fighting?
Yes.
I got to be friendly with him. I don't want to get a bunch of fives.
Well, I'll be.
And now you must be in the lightweight department.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, technically, I'm actually in welterweight, which is 170 pounds.
170 pounds.
Yeah, so,
is that very important as of, because often I see these fights and they're very much the same. They have to be sort of same sort of weight, same build, same, to make it fair?
Well, as far as to balance it out, it's based on weight. Sometimes you'll have a big mismatch in height where this guy might just be built to be 170 pounds. And this guy is just 170 pounds, but the one guy might be 6'5", the other guy be 5'7".
Yeah, so it's not really the size, it's just the weight.
Yeah.
So it has to be kind of the same weight.
Like,
and that is one of the rules that makes it fair.
Yes, because like once you kind of like have a 10-pound differential, the power changes a whole lot.
Yeah.
So it's like you get 3 or 4 hits from that guy, you're going to sleep in no time.
You go to sleep. And that would be on the ring floor. How much do you have to practice and how much do you have to sort of take in before you do a fight? You've got a fight coming up, as you say, this Saturday.
Yes.
Is it and I know you're quite well known in Vegas, so this is quite a big fight.
Yes. So I'm going against an undefeated guy named Max Roto. From what I hear about him, he's a legit guy. So it's a step up for me. So
he's undefeated, which means that he has not lost, just so you understand, any boxing fight he's had. So he's the champion.
Well, he's not the champion.
Not the champion, but the champion of where he's at.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what are you going to do? And he's the same weight as you. Is he roughly the same height, or?
Yes.
So it's very equal. What have you done practicing, building yourself up to this fight to see if you can win?
Well, I mean, I always come in with a particular game plan, and honestly, this is a big respect to Max because he took the fight last minute. Because I had another opponent who coincidentally had pulled out a fight, and he just took it last notice. So it's kind of a game plan changer. But I have to do what I do well.
Yes. So how much practice do you have to do? Practice every single day, or this is your main what you do in life?
Me, I particularly train 3 to 5 days out of the week, and I'll do some sort of conditioning, whether it be for cardio or just strength conditioning, speed conditioning, and stuff like that, just to stay active and be on top of my game.
Because I've often, boxing is very dangerous for the head, as they've realized now. I don't know why they've just realized it, because it's always been there. How do you feel about that?
Well,
it's hard.
Yeah, it is a hard thing to deal with. Part of the reason why is because of the gloves. When you deal with larger gloves, it pretty much gives you a higher tolerance to deal with pain and trauma. So
really,
yeah, because like your brain is pretty much
locked into the gloves.
Yeah, but your brain is basically like your skull is like a helmet.
Yes.
So anytime you have anything hit your head, your brain is bouncing off your skull like this.
Yes.
So repeatedly of this constantly going on, and then you're training, and years, you end up with bad results. It's like that's probably where MMA differs, because a lot of guys, some people who don't know will say it's more brutal and it's more violent, and there's less head injuries because of the size of the gloves.
Yeah.
More of the trauma be superficial as opposed to long lasting. or bumps and bruises to any and every sport you do, but it's part of it.
I've also heard that actually that boxing is not as out there as much as it used to be. It's sort of taken a sort of turn of not being as popular as it used to be, but it's still popular.
Yeah. It's like it's a world sport still, but like MMA is just taking the world by storm. So it's like everybody wants to get in on that. Like it even shows into the McGregor-Mayweather fight coming up in August.
Yeah, the Mayweather fight. When's that coming up?
It'll be August 18th.
August 18th, and where's that? At the MGM?
Yes, I believe so. I'm not 100% though. It's to me, it's great for both sports. Got people that are boxing fans get to see one of the greatest boxers ever do what he does, and people who are MMA fans get to see one of the best fighters in the world do what he does in that aspect. And because what I've learned is that a lot of guys who particularly like a particular style are ignorant to other styles. So it's like a lot of traditional martial artists don't like boxing. They say all they do is just punch people, but don't understand the science of boxing. Some boxers say, all they're doing is just wrestling and they're barefoot and savage, and they don't understand. So it's a good way to kind of mesh the two worlds.
So, but martial arts is not only boxing, is it? Martial arts what exactly includes martial arts? Because I know martial arts is a word of something different to boxing.
Well, I mean, like pretty much like for me, because I started boxing. So boxing to me has always been a martial art. It's just not what most people assume it to be. So it's like it's just different styles. It pretty much boils down to. If you grew up this particular place in Asia, they teach you how to do martial arts this way.
Yes.
Or they have their way of doing it this way. So it's always.
So different parts of the world.
Yeah, different parts of the world have different ways
of meaning.
Going to the same result.
Yes, the same result.
So and then it's awesome when you get to meet people from different cultures and all that, and see how things work and how things don't.
So what is the longest rounds you've been in? How many rounds are there?
For MMA, there's 5 rounds.
5 rounds, okay.
But there are 5-minute rounds, as opposed to boxing at 3 rounds.
And boxing is how many rounds?
Boxing will typically be anywhere between 10 and 12 rounds.
10 and 12 rounds. And how long is each round?
3 minutes.
3 minutes each round. This one you're doing now is 5 minutes, but it's only 5 rounds.
Yes.
Is it better with the longer time, the 5 minutes, or better with the shorter time, 3 minutes?
Well, it depends on the guy. For me, like I like to, when I spar, I like to train for a long time. Like I'll do a 6-minute round or a 10-minute round.
So you're really preparing yourself.
Yeah. So
you can go the length.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes it kind of hurts me when I'm actually in a fight because I'm so used to having so much time that I'll do things a certain way. So when you get a shorter time span, your reaction time has to be a little quicker. So
you think faster.
So by the time you're ready to do what you do, the rounds are like, hey, wait a minute.
Now, when you're fighting fighting this Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've got this guy who's not being defeated. You're gonna try and knock the socks off him. Mm-hmm. What do you know anything about, or have you studied anything about how he fights? But I'm sure you have, because you're looking to watch his moves. And does he go under? Does he go out? Does he? What have you picked up from him that you could try to get him on?
Well, I mean, he's a stand-up guy, and he's been doing it for a while. So it's pretty much for me. I particularly don't like to have a particular set game plan for someone
because he might change it.
Exactly. So
he's going to change over his game.
Like I might have been watching film for him his last 3 fights, and everything was okay. He likes to do that, so I'm waiting and focusing on that.
You're waiting for him to do that, and he's never going to do it.
He changed it, so I'm like, well, he never did it. What am I going to do now? He's hit me. What am I going to do, coach?
So you're prepared for everything. Now, when your coach is teaching you and helping you, he obviously is making you do everything, and is he making you sort of be more forceful and more aware of what's going on and to watch every angle and every kind of movement?
My coach, to me, he's awesome because he's not going to train you the way he would fight. He's going to train you the way you would fight.
Yes.
So it's a matter of it based on how you are, your style, the way
it's
you
different
move.
To his.
Yeah. So if you're a speedy guy, he's going to teach you how to use those angles and manipulate those things.
Yes.
And be that person and how to get there first. And if you're a defensive guy, he's gonna teach you how to counter, or just pretty much use your strengths to your strengths, and use that guy's strengths to make his weakness.
Absolutely. Now, do you ever get to meet them? How soon do you meet them, or do you just meet them in the ring?
Well, you typically meet them kind of before the weigh-ins, depending on the guy and his ego. He
before
might be
the weigh-ins. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have that opportunity, but as you said, he might not be there.
Yeah, like no, he'll be at the weigh-in, but like he may not be a friendly guy. He might try to psych you out. So he might be a guy that wants to get in your head, so he's talking all aggressively to you like he hates you. He doesn't know you.
Yeah, so, hates you already before he gets to know you.
Yeah. You know, starts talking all the trash. I meet your mama and all that type of stuff. So like you got some of those guys.
What's your attitude when you go in? You're getting weighed in. You see the other guy. You see your opponent, and you see what goes through your mind.
Well, for my mind is pretty much just about time to go to work. Like I don't really have.
This is it.
Yeah, I don't have any emotions or reserves for you. Like I kind of don't care for you right now.
Yeah.
I mean, all the best of luck outside of it, but once we step in there.
Once you step in there.
Yeah.
It's all over. For him, we hope. How can anybody reach you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Club of Lang SPF, or Facebook. You can look at me at Abnormal. The gym I train out of is Asylum Fight Gym at 7931 Washburn Boulevard. You can come check us out anytime. Again, fight is Saturday.
So, what is the biggest fights you've been in?
I had a few months back in February. I had a Muay Thai title fight.
Yes.
And that was against a really tough opponent. Yeah, he's a tall guy. He's 6'5".
I've often seen this. You see this guy up here and you see another guy down here and think, well, they didn't even stand a chance.
Yeah, so it was like it was a great experience. Even despite me not winning, it was a great experience because I've never fought anybody that tall before. So it was just like it was a big difference and a big learning curve there. So okay, this is what I need to know how to do.
Yes. So you had to do a quick calculation, but you knew that beforehand, who you were fighting.
But it's like it's different to plan one thing, and it's totally different when you get punched in the face and you're trying to do the same thing. It doesn't really work the same.
How many times a year do you feel, or do people have in this business, how many fights do they have a year that they can cope with a year?
It depends on the guy, honestly. Like, if you intend on being active and you want to be sharp, I would recommend that you probably do about at least 3 fights a year.
3 fights a year. Yeah, that's not very many when you think of it, but you've got to have all that training and all that stuff. You've got to go into it.
Sometimes you might have tough fights, so you got to have healing time.
Yes.
So if you don't heal properly, you just jump into another, you can be hurting yourself.
You hurt yourself again for life, and absolutely for sure. And obviously you have a sponsor.
Well, actually, I honestly don't. It's just pretty much me and my teammates. I've been fortunate enough to be around great people and great coaches that help. Like my coach Phil Dunlap, he's an awesome guy.
Okay.
He really loves the sport, and it's awesome with him because he's 54 and he still competes.
And he still competes.
Yes, he does a lot of grappling shows, and it's awesome.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Who would you like to give a shout out to? Anybody?
Well, I gotta give a shout out to my family members, Cheryl, Mark. And other Mark, what's going on, y'all?
All you Marks out there.
Yeah, man. All Philly, man. I love y'all. I miss y'all. I'm gonna see y'all soon. Asylum. Let's do what we do, man.
Keep it moving. Keep it going. Keep it in the ring. Vegas Live with Ninon. This is our last guest, so we will see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being with us, and thank you so much, all of you, for supporting us. And that's supporting, obviously, Nick Blaze is my producer, Janelle, who is the director for marketing and also for the talent. So thank you for helping all of us and putting us where we are. We'll be back next week.